Kerbal Space Program. We are back to our original plans. So today we are going to be moving onwards with our main space program. We're going to detour away from military for a bit. We'll come back to it another day. But for now, we have a few jobs to take care of. Oh, that's new. Test a jet engine. Cool. I might have to design an airplane to do that. Or something. Not sure yet. Okay. Job for another day. So currently I have grabbed 2 medium payload contracts, a high space contract, which we're not going to do today, and of course we've got the Explore the Moon contract and the Test Small Gear Bay on an escape trajectory out of Kerbal. So, today we're going to test our next generation lifting system. And specifically, 10 tons was enough to get a ship to the moon and back. So it seems to me that if we want a ship to go to the moon, orbit it a bit to get some science and then land, we need a 20-ton lifter. So, excuse me, I reasoned to myself, if a 5-engine design was enough to lift 10 tons, then it seems to me that a 10-engine design would be sensible for lifting 20 tons. Using those and the new solid rocket boosters, I think we have a ship here that is well and truly capable of lifting a 20-ton payload into orbit. Also, under the possibility that we'll be asked to move these payloads around separately, I've added the ability to decouple them from one another so that in the future, if a contract comes around where we have to reorbit one of these payloads, we can do that at a later date. Strutco and Rokia. Okay, so we've got batteries, we've got RCS, we've got a probe core, we have a heavy-duty launching system, and we have solid rocket boosters. So without any further ado, so the plan is that if this works the way I think it will, the next ship will basically replace this with the Lunar landing probe. So my next mission to the moon. But first, I find it's always good to test it on a nice, simple payload. I'd rather not discover that the... That was an unusual crash. The game decided to crash mid-launch. Anyways, just give me a second here. We had talked briefly about reducing the volume of some of this. I just don't know which. Let's see. Oh, that's the wind we're hearing right now. So let's take that down to about 5%. And we'll take this down to 20 and this down to 5. And the engine sounds have already been reduced. Let me know if this is better. If not, I'll reduce the volumes even further. Alright, so SAS on, throttle to maximum, launching in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I've been advised not to worry as much about terminal velocity. It's not as bad as I thought it was, so we're just gonna hit it as hard as we can and see how we do. No need to take her slow and steady here. Let's just get this thing into orbit. Okay, so we're about to lose the solid rocket boosters and we're gonna have a slight slowdown in a second here. There it goes. But should bottom out just a little below 100. Almost. Or right at 100. Even better. Okay. So we've still got a bit of a transitional error issue between the first and second stages, but that's been an issue with all of my ships so far, so I'm not going to fret about it too much. So, let's see. So the cost of this ship, I calculated it out. The money I get for delivering one of these payloads more than covers the price of this ship, and we're delivering 2. So we're going to come out of it with a pretty nice profit, if I do say so myself. Which really, at the end of the day, is exactly what we wanted out of this. So apparently SAS modules got shoved inside of the probe cores in the 0.90 release of Kerbal Space Program. Which is kind of nice. That's one less thing we have to worry about carrying into orbit with us. It's kind of nice having the control systems embedded in the probe cores. It just makes life a little easier. Having a separate guidance system module was always a little odd to me, but hey, works for me. Makes my ship designs a little easier, which is good. Alright, we are almost about to lose these lower engines. So let's go. Perfect. RCS on, because that's the only way we can control this ship. And we will let this thing fly for a bit. And when we get the apoapsis up to orbital elevation, we will cut the engines and begin our burn. But we're also going to start doing a slight burns towards horizontal as we raise our apoapsis here. It's a technique that I've been looking at doing based off of knowledge gained in Flyer's Ed. And so this time I'm actually applying it. The idea being to start raising my periapsis more quickly before we get into orbit, so that our orbital burn itself can be a little shorter. And we're coming up on time to cut the engines. There we are. And we will give it till 1 minute, under 1 minute, I'd say about 45, between 30 and 45 seconds we'll do our actual orbital push here. And the idea is we're going to try and not push up our apoapsis too much more. So let's just burn by a few seconds here more quickly. We'll get it down under 45 seconds, and then we will hit the gas. Alright, a little bit below grade. There we go. And we want no change to our apoapsis, or minimal change. Oh, that's a lowering. I just lowered it a bit. So we definitely don't want to do that. Okay. I'm thrusting right at the... now it's rising a bit. That's not a bad place to have it. Okay, here comes our periapsis. Got to watch our apoapsis here. We're going to slow down a little here. Oh, there goes our... There it goes. Okay. So we're going to do a few more short pulses really close to the apoapsis to get ourselves into a full orbit here. Maybe with about 10 seconds left. Yeah, right about there. Perfect. Well, with the amount of fuel I see left here, this is just about right on the nose what I was hoping for. Raise that periapsis a little bit more. We want that over 70 kilometers. Boom. All right. A 1,500 meter shortage, but you know what? I will take it. That is a pretty nice orbit, if I do say so myself. And that's really, at the end of the day, all I kind of needed. Now, this was not designed for recovery. I decided it was really just more trouble than it was worth. So, boom, boom. So delivered, and control from here, decouple node. Oops, there we are. Okay. Now I know it doesn't control as well without the upper parts, but that doesn't matter. So we have not a bad amount of fuel actually left here. But there we are. We've got 2 completed contracts. So for 59,000 for the first and 63,000 for the second. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, I'd say that I would try and recover this if I'd actually bothered to put parachutes on it. But since I didn't bother to put parachutes on it, we're just going to get this thing deorbited and call it done. All that matters to me is the fact that it's going to impact the surface. I think this thing will crash quite nicely all on its own. Don't really need to sit around and watch it. Let's burn off all the fuel. There we are. Let's take her down like a bloody rock. Nice. Wouldn't it be funny if that was actually enough to make it survive? Let's see what happens, just for kicks. So we still have some RCS left. And these RCS units. So we have no fuel left. I mean, this thing isn't going to survive. I'm just really curious if this block will actually survive the reentry process due to the engine, what I call engine heat shields. I doubt it, but stranger things have happened. Yeah, nope, there it goes. Look at those engines go. Yep, there we go. Nice. Whoa, what was that? Whoa! Okay, well, that's surprising. A fair chunk of it actually did survive. Dang, that's too bad. I could have actually rescued this. Well, now I know. Now I know. I will add parachutes to the next launch because I had fuel to spare and parachutes are not that heavy. So this thing is a recoverable chunk if I use the concept of engine-based heat shielding. Hey, live and learn. Hey, that's a pretty penny of extra cash I could get out of this thing. Not going to happen today, obviously. This thing's going to hit the ground like a ton of bricks. Going down, 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 down. But yeah, we could throw parachutes on this, which I will do to offset the cost of our upcoming lunar mission a bit more. Here we go. Nice. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's kind of hilarious. The probe core survived that. What the heck? That's amazing. All right, well, we'll recover, $50 worth of probe core and call it hysterical. I can't believe the thing survived. What the hell? That's awesome. Okay, no science. $217 recovered from that mission. Okay, and we have $248,000 in the bank now, which is more than enough for us to design our next mission. So let's go in there and let's convert the 20-ton lifter up to and not including the probe core. Actually, maybe we should include the probe core. Now, where's this? Where did they move sub-assemblies to? They have changed things a little. Custom sub-assemblies. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So let's grab everything up to the... let's leave the RCS... Actually, no, we'll include the RCS tank. And this will be called the 20-ton lifter. Okay. With, of course, the inclusion of the appropriate probe core later. All right. New ship time. So this is going to be the Lunar Lander Mark 1. Okay. So we need a probe core. We need the smallest fuel tank types. No, we'll do a medium. We'll do one medium tank. That weighs 2.5 tons. And we will use... Let's see what kind of landing legs we have right now. Structural. No. No. Utility? Probably. Oh, there we are. Yeah, the micro struts. Ooh, I don't know if the micro struts can Let's see. It doesn't say how much mass it can support. But I have a feeling that this might be a little much for it. Although if I put 8 of these on, how much do those weigh? 2.62, almost nothing. Okay, well let's see. Now let's throw on, I mean, in an ideal world I would love to be using the LVT-30, but I have a sneaking hunch that with these deployed, it's still not going to be high enough to keep this thing, yeah, no, that would just be a disaster. So it's got to be the LVT-420. Okay. So, let's see what we got next. We're obviously going to need a ton of batteries, because we're going to be sending back a lot of science, including, most importantly, a seismic scan, which is going to be a pretty big deal. So let's put one seismic scanner there, one GravMax over here, because we might be able to get a few more Gravioli scans while we're in orbit. Okay, that's 8.7. We've got 20 tons to play with here, but part of that is going to have to be the lunar transition part of the ship. We'll need one barometer and one thermometer for the purpose of, no, I said, sorry, thermometer, there we are. And we'll put 2 on, again, just as the usual balance issues. That balances off that barometer quite nicely. 0.5, 0.25. Okay, now we just need communications. And of course these communications arrays are, let's see, heavy? Not terribly, but mildly irritatingly placed. Okay, let's try that. We need 8 of those right there. Okay, I really wanted it centered between the legs properly, like that. There we go. And there we go. So that's 2 big rings of batteries on this. And now, yeah, we need comm options. We'll put on 2 for balance again. Let's see. Let's see if I snap it on, it goes right there. Let's see. 8 of those right there. Perfect. Okay, centered on that, and 8 of those centered there, and 8 of those centered there. Okay, all we're missing now is the RCS component, which is going to be really interesting to squeeze on here. All right, command and control, there it is. Put on the little tank. Actually, if we do it this way, put the little tank up there, attach the 4 thrusters to that, and then the lower thrusters could go, actually if we move the batteries up just a bit more, okay, snap, grid snapping off, move the batteries a little higher, and then we will put the 4 lower RCS thrusters directly below those, and that should be a pretty solid little landing core. Weighs 9.36 tons. The question is, can this thing even support its own weight? Let's find out. We'll lift it up and we'll see. This is a test, obviously. Let's find out how structurally sound these landing legs are. Okay, it is not strong enough to lift itself against Kerbal gravity, which is not a good sign. I'm a little wary of whether or not this thing will actually be capable of lifting now. Yeah, that's a little iffy, isn't it? I think we need to revise this. Just a second, I'm going to go through a quick design revision here and see if I can get something a little bit more robust. Alrighty, here's the Mark II design. Now you might find yourself asking, okay, so how is this thing going to get to the ground? Well, the rest of the ship is going to be intended to carry this thing towards the ground intact. So there will be the lunar transition portion will be designed to at least act as a fairly significant block of the landing component of the ship as well. So basically every drop of fuel in the second stage, and so we'll full throttle it, and it's just not quite enough to fight Kerbin's gravity, which means it should work just fine on the moon. I mean, if I took off one ring of batteries, it might be enough. The question is, will that be actually enough to do the job? Let's see, log seismic data, 350 MITs. And the antenna, which I've apparently forgotten to put on here, which is unfortunate. I think I might have to cut down on my batteries. I really do, because that's getting pretty significant. But I remember, okay, let's just go with 4 more right there. And let's just get an antenna. Let's see, maybe we can get away with 1. That's not going to fit, is it? Where are we going to put the silly thing? Alright, well ordinarily I would do 1 on each side like that, which I guess is going to have to do for today. Alright, let's see. So you know what, I've got an idea. Let's do it this way. We'll do 4. Like that. 4 like that. And 4 right there. Let's see if we can squeeze 1 more set on like this. Looks okay. They're not perfectly lined up, but I think I can fix that given a few moments of careful placement. Let's see, and we're down to 7 tons now instead of, 8.25. So we're still up there in terms of mass. And they're clipping everywhere. I don't like that. I really don't like them clipping the landing legs like that. It's a little worrisome, so let's just put 8 here. Like so. Now do I have room for any more battery power here? We're up to 7 tons. Now, okay, so what I needed to do is say, okay, how much does it cost to transmit the data? Costs, let's see, 10 per packet. Packets are 2 MITs, and the packet was 350 MITs. 350 divided by 2, 175 times 10 per pack, so 10, so we need 1750 battery power to transmit back a, is that right? 1700 battery power? I think it is. To transmit back the seismic data, which is going to be the biggest data set. Let's go back to the launch pad and have another look at this thing. We've cut it down by another, the lander down by another ton with the removal of those batteries, and the landing rig is going to be using LVT-30s so that we can take advantage of a bit of alternator boosting. Okay, so you log that seismic data. It's obviously worthless, no science there. 350 MITs, yeah, I was right. So 175. Actually, how much? Okay, so how much juice does this thing have? 4,048, almost 5,000 battery power. So it's enough, as long as I can keep those batteries fully charged for the flight out. And again, it's still It's really close to being the right weight to actually fly on Kerbal. You can see it. Whoops. That was funny. And we're knocking parts off, and we're skidding around. That was fun. That's a great way to do some damage to this thing. Alright, well, the next step, which we'll take care of in the next episode, will be to put together the rest of this rig and get it ready to fly to the moon. I will do the final prep off camera, and for now, it's thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.